Friday, July 31st. I've decided already it's going to be a good day because my computer is working and you can hear me. My work computer got fixed yesterday too, so hopefully we're past all those meltdowns. Okay, Will Rogers starts us off today with, "It's great to be great, but it's greater to be human." All of us dream and daydream about greatness, but in the end, it's greater to be human. Great people live in a different world from most people. Many wish they could be just plain human beings once in a while. They can't walk into a store or go into a restaurant without being bombarded by people who want their autograph or want to just touch them. Being just human beings, we don't have to maintain a certain image. We can cry or get angry. We can be silly and say what we really mean. Being human, with all its frailties and foibles, I haven't heard that word in a while, is great compared to having to live up to a certain image all of the time. As average and very human beings, we can accept our bodies with all their imperfections, enjoy our flawed and quirky minds, and be grateful to God for our blessings. And when we humbly accept our humanity, we are all great in the eyes of our Maker. Today, help me, Lord, to accept my humanity and to remember that I am one of your children. You love me. Help me love myself. Okay. So I didn't really sleep much last night, but the batches that I did, this just reminded me. I dreamt that I was at some funerals, actually. And that at the after part of the funeral, Jason Derulo was there. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's a musician and he does a lot of Zumba songs. But I can remember even in my dream being like, Jason Derulo's here? Really? And having those feelings of not wanting to treat him like a famous person, keeping this in mind. It's really weird that I dream this stuff. Finally, I did go up to him, though, and, thank him for all his contributions to Zumba music. And I feel like we might have done Tiptoe there's a song Tiptoe at the funeral party. It was like that after thing. I'm not sure who died in my world. I can't remember that part, but I can remember that, I can remember someone else that died in the dream, and it was just a weird dream. Anyway, back to the reading, I guess. I think that this is why, not that I'm a famous person or anything, but why it's so important that I tell you about my good days and my bad days. I know that when I listen to the podcast I listen to, I really put Paul up on a pedestal. Not in a bad way, I don't think, but I really just respected his opinion. And as you know, I consider him kind of a mentor. And if he said, the things he said really impacted me. So I don't know if anybody feels that way about me, but that's the frame that I try to speak through, the lens I speak through. And that's why I'm not editing these shows. That's why when I'm sad, I tell you I'm sad. When I'm angry, whatever I'm feeling, I share with you. Because it is more important that I show up as a human, not as someone who just says, okay, when you quit gambling, there's never any more challenges. Because there's challenges. And there's good days, and there's bad, and there's emotions, and, it doesn't all go away. And even though it's not saying it until the last line when they tie in the higher power, but we have to accept our bodies and all their imperfections, enjoy our flawed and quirky minds, and be grateful to God for our blessings. So true. And it's not an easy one. It's definitely not an easy one. Like, I actually give my coach some grief because him and his girlfriend are both like textbook beautiful people. They can be the Instagram looking kind of people, both of them. They're both really just good looking people. And when he makes me do videos and stuff, I'm like, but I don't look like you guys. So I still struggle with that too. Like, but I don't, it's easy for you to say. You go on video and you're like this hunky muscle dude, you know, tall, dark, and handsome. Literally, your girlfriend looks like a model. It's just, how can you coach me on this when you don't know what it's like to be in my body or to see, you know, how I see my imperfections on some days. And this is a work in progress, you know. There's I don't know, there's days that I'm more hard on myself than others. And it's again just changing 40 years of mindset. So it's still, you know, a flaw and opportunity area of mine that I can and should be and I am working on, and that I would tell you to work on too. Because it's funny, even who we might view on the outside as thinner or prettier or whatever, when it comes down to it, they feel the same insecurities as most of us do. That's what's adulthood and conversation and different things have taught me. Blows my mind a little bit because I think that other people perceive themselves the way I perceive them, but it's just not true, and it's not true the other way around. And just accepting who we are and knowing, like, that's why we're beautiful people, because we're beautiful people inside and out, and I will refer to you as beautiful people forever. I will fight my mother for the title of beautiful number one forever. I may always lose, except for she did let me have it last week for my birthday. I got to be beautiful number one for one day. But that's a great, you know, way to kind of remind myself by engaging in that banter. It's like, I am a beautiful person. And I've made the mistake in the past of allowing how other people treat me as a way I view myself. And I can't do that anymore. And I won't do that anymore. So, yeah. So be nice to the famous people, I think is what it's saying. Don't ask for their autograph or touch them. It's weird that they tied that into a recovery book a little bit. I guess it was to frame some perspective for us, but I still find it pretty interesting. Last day of July, guys. Wow. I don't know. I still am struggling with is it going by fast or slow mode? I'm still a little confused. Some days it feels like time is standing still because, you know, it's Groundhog Day almost every day. And other days it feels like, holy cow, 2020 is almost over. And I don't know about you, but I get the sense that, and I do this myself, that there's this correlation with COVID, that it has something to do with 2020. I don't know if it's like all the way people talk about it or in the posts and being obnoxious, you know, about it in a joking way. But I almost, in my head, have this little piece of me that's like, okay, well, when the calendar flips, COVID will go away. Or when the calendar flips and 2021 starts, well, then life will be normal again. I can go back to the Y and I could, you know, X, Y, Z. And it's really not that way. It's not that way at all. But it's definitely an illusion that I've told myself. All right, well, I hope that everybody has a nice TGIF. I am going to go for a bike ride now, and I will see you guys tonight, where we'll do a little more Dharma recovery, because it's very intriguing to me, and hopefully you're learning some things too. So have a good day, beautiful people. I'll chat with you tonight.